So is green tea actually good for you? Well, we've looked at the evidence for different health claims and it's time to see what science has to say about green tea. Let's begin. Okay, so health claim number 1. It's claimed that green tea can help improve your focus and improve your brain function. Okay, so let's look into this. A cup of green tea roughly has about 50 milligrams of caffeine in it. A cup of brewed coffee has about 100 milligrams of caffeine in it. Now, 400 milligrams of caffeine per day is the recommended safe amount of caffeine. That means 4 cups of brewed coffee or up to 8 cups of green tea. And research has actually shown that caffeine can help increase alertness and increase concentration. Now the great thing about green tea is because it has less caffeine in it, you can have more cups of green tea without getting those jittery side effects of having too much caffeine, which we all know so well from coffee. And caffeine isn't the only thing that's found in green tea that helps with brain function. It also has something called L-theanine inside it, and L-theanine also helps with the brain function. So together, I guess they're both helping with brain function, and the health claim is quite valid. So moving on to health claim number 2, green tea helps to burn fat and lose weight. I hear this one so often from patients, and looking at the studies, some studies have actually shown that green tea helps increase metabolism and help you lose weight, and some studies show it has no effect whatsoever on the metabolism or losing weight. So there's conflicting evidence on this. Now it's also important to note there have been lab models as well that have shown that green tea reduces the blood flow to fat cells. So it's kind of stopping that blood flow and helping them shrink so you do lose weight. But again, it's a lab model. It hasn't been shown on humans. So it's a very difficult one to actually say that this claim is true or false. There's conflicting evidence, we need more evidence on it, but we all know if you want to lose weight, there's many different scientifically proven ways to lose weight, and I do have a few videos on it, so if you really want to lose weight, please go and watch it. I'll leave a link up here and in the description below. It's full of really useful, scientifically proven ways to lose weight. Now let's move on. So moving on to health claim number 3. Green tea can make you live longer. This one is one that really excites everyone. It excited me when I first read the article or the headline for it. This is based from a few studies that are done. One that comes to mind at the moment is quite a big one done in Japan, 40,000 participants, and it was found that drinking 3 to 5 cups of green tea every single day can help increase your lifespan, decrease your sort of overall risk of death from different causes, and also decrease the risk of death from heart attacks and strokes as well. Now I know this sounds great, but I really want you to think like a scientist for a few seconds now, so bear with me. Remember this when you look at different articles and evidence, okay? Correlation is not always causation. So what I mean by that is, looking at this study for example, relatively big study, 40,000 patients, but it was only on Japanese population, okay? So then we need to think about what else could actually cause this, okay? What was the age of the participants? What kind of disease did they have? What kind of lifestyle did they live? What was their diet like? You know, all these factors come into play that actually could be the cause for this kind of correlation as well. So the moral of the story is, although it's good, it sounds very good, more and more evidence is required to make such a bold claim. Now, let's go back to the surgery. Okay, so let's move on to health claim number 4. Green tea can help with cholesterol and blood pressure. There have been some animal studies that suggest that green tea can help lower bad cholesterol. There have also been some human and animal studies that have also suggested that green tea can help to reduce your blood pressure. Now whilst we're on the topic of blood pressure, I want to take a quick 30-second break to tell you about a project of mine. I've spent the past 2.5 years creating the Blood Pressure Monitor Pro app. I'm very proud of it, and I would highly recommend anyone with high blood pressure to download it, and here's why. So the app firstly monitors your home blood pressure readings, so it looks at percentage changes and trends and tells you what the differences are, but secondly, it analyzes your lifestyle and tells you where you need to make improvements to help with your blood pressure. And I really can't recommend the app enough. If you have high blood pressure, I would really recommend it. My patients love it, my colleagues love it. Anyone who's used it has found it really, really helpful. If you want to download the app, just go on your app store, search Blood Pressure Monitor Pro, make sure the icon matches. I will also leave links to it in the description below. There is a one-time purchase fee of 99 pence, 99 cents, 99 euro, wherever you are in the world. There is no other cost, there's no subscription fees, nothing like that, just a one-time fee. Now, let's carry on with the video. Moving on to health claim number 5. Green tea helps to reduce blood sugar levels. This is an interesting one. There was a study done by the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition, and they found that green tea drinkers have higher insulin sensitivity and lower blood sugar levels. There was also a really interesting study done in Japan where they actually found that people who drank green tea had a 42% lower chance of developing type 2 diabetes, which is pretty amazing really. Okay, so moving on to health claim number 6. There's been a lot of stuff in the media that people who drink green tea could potentially have lower rates of cancer. And research has shown that this might be due to the high amounts and potent amount of antioxidants that are actually found in green tea. Now here's the thing, this is a very bold claim to make because like I said earlier, correlation is not always causation. There's so many different factors that could come into account for lower cancer rates, okay? So please, please, please always think of it like that. Generally speaking, basically a lot more evidence is needed to actually support this claim, okay? So scientifically speaking, we need more evidence on it, but there has actually been some really good evidence on green tea helping to reduce the rates of breast cancer and prostate cancer. So definitely watch this space because there's definitely more evidence going to be coming out, but these are some really good findings. So guys, the moral of the story is with green tea, more and more evidence is needed to really justify a lot of these health claims. One thing that we can definitely be certain of though is drinking green tea in moderation has definitely got no real health risks, and there could be some potential real benefits out there as well. Always remember you're awesome, and I will see you next week. Now I want you to remember this, causation is not, correlation is not causation. I'm losing my mind today, it's really hot and I'm just losing my mind. Causation, why am I saying it like that? Well, we've looked at the evidence for different health claims. I really do wish there was some green tea in this. This is just a prop. I'm really thirsty at the moment. And there's this bird that keeps flying here. It's like a little robin. I think he really likes me actually. They are quite territorial. You've got to be careful with robins. You know, they're quite territorial, but the weather's really good. I was like, we're missing out on some filming here. Let's do it outside.